good, everybody? It's your girl Paris Grady. Before I say anything, I need you to like, I need you to comment, and I need you to subscribe so you can get all of my content and you can stay updated with what's going on in my life. So today's video will be about my second year in the Doctorate of Naturopathic medical program. So they call that NMS2. I'm on a 4-year track. I feel like they say this in a more professional way. Like, my name is Paris Grady. I am an NMS2. Oh gosh. As of right now, shoot, I'm a student. Like, I'm tired. I'm a tired student. And that's all you need to know. I will be talking about pretty much a summary of the first year, and then I'll get into what happened in this first quarter of my second year. My first year was pretty tough, man. It's pretty tough, man. And I think that it wasn't so much, like, a lot of it was the academic part, because it felt so fast and it felt like so much material. But a lot of it was just a mindset difference. I had to decide, like, do I even want this anymore? Because I think that a lot of people get to this point when they're at this school, like, what am I even doing this for? Naturopathic medical school is not just rainbows and sunshine and all that other stuff that it looked like in the brochure. Like, it's medical school. Like, is this the path? Are you willing to stay up all night sometimes? Are you willing to be in class longer than a 9-to-5 job? You know what I'm saying? And then go home and study until you go to sleep and wake back up the next day and do it again. Are you willing to have Sundays where you're pretty much preparing for the next week? Because if you don't prepare on Sunday, your week is going to be a little bit hectic. This platform is for you to be aware mentally of, this is what I'm getting myself into for the next 4 to 5 to 6 years, however long it takes you to complete this program. So my second year to me, so far, do I think it's better than the first year? In some aspects, I will say, like, people will give you this second year is worse than the first year, or second year is easier than the first year, all of these different scenarios. And I know why. I know exactly why there's so many different opinions. Second year is when you learn the things that you actually came to naturopathic medical school to learn. You know, first year, you don't really learn a lot of the stuff that you thought you was going to be learning. And it makes people be like, why am I here? And that's what makes first year so tough. It's science. And then randomly they throw in a medical question. And you like, I'm glad I get that critical thinking process, but it's almost like you just don't have all of the tools to really put things together. That is not the case second year. Second year, first quarter, boom, like, you getting everything. We're gonna learn how to do full exams on a patient. And you're gonna have to know what to say, how to say it, bam, bam, bam. And it's kind of like, oh snap, we getting in there. You are literally, okay, so there's this thing called, people call it the stab lab. You're not stabbing nobody, but you are learning how to take blood. Like, you and your partner, like, you are a patient, you are the patient, and you are the doctor. You will be having someone stick you to practice drawing blood, and you will be sticking your friends to practice drawing blood, and you're getting checkoffs. So it's so easy. There's no pressure. Everyone doesn't get it the first try, but you have all quarter to get this paper of all these things you need to have complete. So I talked about doing the actual physical exams, which you've been doing all first year. You're pretty much just repeating it in that second year. Getting checkups. Can you palpate a thyroid? Can you go through a whole head, neck, and throat systems exam? Can you palpate all the lymph nodes? it's a repeat of what you did the first time around. Naturopathic clinical diagnosis class. This is the class that will have everybody tripping, because not only is it a lot of material, it is so much material. You're pretty much learning all these different diagnoses, and then you're taking a big 2 tests on it, a midterm and a final. You have to average a 75% on both tests. So let's say you made a 74% on the first test. You have to make pretty much like a 76 on that other one to average that 75. Actually, do you have to make higher? It depends on the way the tests are weighted, but you need to average a 75% on the test. Okay, the test. But then in the overall class, you need a 80%. Okay, which is easy because there's a lot of homework, and this is what I like about this class. Your integrated courses, you need to have a 75% in pathology and infectious diseases, and you need to have it in immunology. So you got 3 parts again. All integrated classes are separated into 3 parts, but it's 1 class. And you have to get a 75% on all of those parts in order to get an AC, achieved competency, in the class. NCD is a gatekeeper. NCD is a gatekeeper. I haven't figured out if the integrated courses are gatekeepers. I'll find out for y'all, and whenever I find out, I'll maybe update it in the comments. If you didn't take, there's this class called Bot Med Lab. If you don't take it over the summer, you will be taking it in the fall. I didn't take any other classes over the summer, so I had a very full 27.5 credits. And Bot Med Lab was fun. You learn how to make lotions, and you learn how to make sprays. You learn how to make all these different things with herbs, and I feel like y'all gonna like it, like aerosols and lip balms, salves. That's so fun. Suppositories, FizMed. It's a FizMed 3. You're gonna get into Physical Medicine 3 if you don't take it over the summer. Physical Medicine 3 is so cool because you learn how to stretch people's muscles out in a proper way to heal them. And let me tell you, I'm not going to explain all of what it is, but from that course alone, I've already been able to eliminate people's neck pains and shoulder pains because it's just the techniques are incredible. A Botanical Material course, and pretty much that course is fun. You come in, you have your glass of tea, you drink your tea, and you chill out. Yeah, you drink your tea and you learn about all the different herbs. This is what everybody came here for, right? This is what you came here for. You drink all the herbs, you try different tinctures. Some are disgusting, some aren't. It's like you sit back, take notes, relax. The tests are really straightforward. It can be annoying when you study for the test, but the class is fun. So you have behavioral medicine class, and so last year you're pretty much practicing on how to talk to folks. You're just practicing with your friends about how you would address scenarios in the clinic. But then this year they had the nerve to hire people, and we had to get in front of the class and pretend we were a doctor. And these people that they pay, real people in the real world, actors, paid actors and actresses, came in and pretended that they had this issue, and you had to use your tool bag in your mind and all the things you've learned to try to treat them or try to talk with them about what the issue is. I just want to let y'all know that happens. So don't get into second year not knowing that you will get in front of the class and pretend to be a doctor and to talk to somebody in front of the class about a potentially difficult situation. And it's nothing to be scared of. I feel like it sounds scary. It sounds scary if you've never if you've never done it, or like, of course you've probably never done it. Sounds scary if you don't have the tools and you're not in the school already. But when you do it, you realize that you've been prepared enough to be able to do that. And if you weren't prepared enough, you will get feedback. And then your integrated case studies class gets a little bit more intense. You're charting, and you're really charting things down, and you're nailing down your charting skills. You're nailing down your diagnosis skills. If you get a case and you do an assessment, can you say, I'm pretty sure that they have strep throat, or I'm pretty sure that they have iron deficiency anemia? And can you chart it down in a way that your professors, which are doctors that are practicing doctors, can they look at it and understand what you did? Or will it, like, you know, and they'll give you feedback like, hey, your chart sucks. Or maybe not in those words, but they'll be like, hey, maybe you need to indent this, don't add that. I felt like a lot of the feedback was not to be just yucky. It was to be like, hey, if you want to be a good doctor, this is what you need to know, this is how you can work on it, and you actually want to get better. Well, I feel like the tone of second year was very different, where when I heard something, I'm like, dag, I need to fix that, because that's going to be crucial to me being a good doctor. Last class is homeopathy. So it's kind of like a mix of emotional and like actually the physical. Emotional plus physical, like cures like, that's what homeopathy is. And I think it's interesting. I think sometimes lectures, I think any classes lectures are boring, but when you take the time to actually study it, you be like, man, I'm learning some cool stuff. If only I didn't have to take this test at 8 in the morning, I could really sit down and enjoy this. Reasons why second year is harder. Okay, the scales go up. This is a summary. I've said all of these things before. Scales go up. You're now at 27 credits. You're spending a lot more time studying. For me personally, I think this was the year where I got a little bit more serious, or this was the quarter. I'm like, oh, this is for real. I gotta be a doctor for real. But that's also the reason why it's easier, because this is what you came here for. So a lot of people are like, it's easier. And I think they don't mean that the work gets lighter. I think they mean that this is actually more interesting, whereas before it was fairly boring. Not unless you like science. Life gets better and worse all at the same time. Medical school is always a slippery slope. What I'm looking forward to next quarter, I don't know. I feel like I'm just, at this point, I'm just keeping the ball rolling. Now we have a clinic shift going on top of what we already have going on. So I'm not going to say I'm not excited for that. But I will say, like, I feel like our responsibilities and what we're supposed to know kind of inches up. So that makes me a little nervous. All right, y'all. I think that's a wrap. Let me know if you have any more questions. I put all of my social media and things in the comments below. People have reached out to me, and I think the best way to do is to comment on the video or to send me a personal DM. And if I don't respond, it's not because I don't want to. It's probably because it gets sent to my, like, you know, on Instagram, how it has that little section that's like it's like it prioritizes your messages. These are the people you know. These are like the in-betweeners, and these are from people you don't know. It goes to the people that I don't know, and I have to move it to the people that I do know so I can respond. So that's what happens. And sometimes in the midst of trying to move messages, I've literally deleted someone's message from trying to move it from the people I don't know to the people I do know. Whatever, primary, secondary, whatever Instagram does, sometimes if you DM me, and I didn't respond. I probably deleted it on accident, and you might have to DM me again, because it's not in my nature to be like, I don't want to talk to these people, because that's why I have a YouTube page. So, yeah. I'm about to stop talking. My mouth hurt. I feel like I talked a lot, and I know I did. So, have a good winter break. Merry Christmas. Put in them applications. And Happy New Year. Can't wait to update you guys at another time. Maybe next quarter, maybe not. But at the end of second year, for sure, you'll get another video. So, see you later.